that low, but it's also like in the main deck, Unearth is the only black spell. If you don't, I mean, which I don't think you should completely count Lurrus. Unearth is the only black spell, and it's like you're not really wanting to play it till turn 3 that often. You can even cycle it if you don't have black mana. You have a few more. You have push and souls, but I don't. I think 9 is plenty of sources. Like it's also like we had so many draws to find a black source that game. Like the math was just astronomically, you know, in our favor, and it didn't work out, and that's fine. It doesn't always work out. Why not trying Jace Prodigy? So one thing is like, you know, a lot of people keep suggesting adding more threats. It's really my opinion that the more threats you add to this deck, the worse you make Monastery Mentor. And you can't really afford to make Monastery Mentor much worse because it's not, you know, it's not a modern staple. The card is like needs a lot of help to be as powerful as it is in this deck. And I just think you make your deck worse with every threat you add. And Jace Prodigy is also, you know, pretty weak. No Lurrus Companion revealed. I think I'll keep the Unearth in my hand. If only that Yavimaya was Urborg. Their Reanimator? Are you sure? I guess, yeah, I guess Spider often plays the Zagoth Triome. But Shark Typhoon makes me just think Sultai Control. Mentor is kind of nice. I probably want to go this turn though, ending the Shark. And then end of turn Mending to try to unearth the Mentor. Tasker is worth considering as a way to take advantage of Delve. If I wanted to play a Delve creature, I would play Murktide Regent. It's not like even really a conversation of it over Tasker. But also, like, I don't know if you weren't here a moment ago, but it's, in my opinion, I'm not interested in adding any threats to the deck. I think every time you add a threat to this deck, you make it worse. But if I was gonna play more threats, it would be Lingering Souls to just capitalize on all the discard and graveyard outlets. I guess I should have Thought Scoured first. I think I do. No, let's not Scour, because then we'll just trigger the Mentor off the Scour. Would Counterspell is really good. Yeah, you're good. You're good. I assume that was the case if you're going to suggest adding another threat. But yeah, again, that's just my opinion. You don't want to add any more threats. I can't counter that one. They'll just Scour and pass. And this is like, you know, this is a very good showcase of like why this deck is able to actually use Monastery Mentor, since you're able to not make it so bad against removal spells if you're able to have turns like this. I think I'll keep the Bauble in my hand to trigger Prowess next turn, and I might snap Unearth Mentor with Counterspell up. Nice. Considered Expansion Explosion. Interesting. I'll draw 2. I think with Counterspell Charm up, I'm just gonna play a Bauble, trigger Mentor, Prowess, pass. Play my land. We're pretty ahead on cards here. I'll crack now, even though they'll probably shuffle and I'll lose information, but I might draw a new card that I want in my hand for their turn. Does anybody know what time World starts? And how Nassif is doing if it's already started? It already started, okay. How's our boy doing? They'll just discard the Mending to hand size. If my opponent wants to keep just not doing anything with their mana, I think I'm okay for one more turn. You won, awesome. Oh, they're just drafting, okay. Yeah, I'm happy enough to counter this. not have to discard. Feels weird to be like streaming while Worlds is going on, but truthfully, I'm just not that invested. But I do want to see if to do well. Memory Deluge, sure. Oh, so they must be Wreck. How do you know when to play mentors? I mean, when to deploy your threats in these counterspell matchups is a very complicated topic. I can't just give you like a couple words to tell you, but it's very complicated. There's a lot of ins and outs to the case. I'll probably watch some of Worlds though, but I'm also gonna stream the challenge tomorrow, I think. But probably watch some between rounds. Okay, so I think I do want to go Snap Unearth. I only have one counterspell up though, if I do that. Yeah, I guess I'll wait and try to draw cards with Snapcaster end of turn. It's really bad if they get to resolve Wreck, of course. Yeah, if they cast Reclamation, I think I'll go for Snap Counterspell. Seachrome Coast, it felt like Worst Glacial Fortress. Well, this is a deck with Prismatic Ending, and in your Prismatic Ending decks, it's usually important to have untapped white on one. That's why I'm playing them. It's in the Ragavan Hammer Time format too. Just like when your white source is Glacial Fortress and there's tapped on turn 1, you just lose a lot of games. If they have Nexus of Fate again, it's pretty bad, but don't think I'm supposed to play around it. It's fine. Guess I'll cast the Consider now too. So now I have 8 mana. So I'll attack first, but I'll go, I guess, Snap Unearth with Counterspell, Charm Up. Post, thank you for tier 1. Appreciate you. Are Snowlands from Midnight Hunt a consideration for slow decks, like over Glacial Fortress? I mean, I can't imagine a situation where they're better than Glacial Fortress. Because, like, just modern decks play so many fetches and triumphs and shocks. Like, Fortress usually comes into play untapped on turn 2, almost always on turn 3. So I don't know why they'd ever be better than check lands. 18 lands seems too free for Hull, yeah. I mean, I don't think you want Hull in this deck. But you can't, but because you have so many cantrips, obviously, like, you can't get up to a lot of lands like we are here. I don't think I care too much about the 2/1 body here. But I do care about losing this fight. So I'll let this target the counterspell, and I'll counterspell the counterspell. I have mastered microwave egg in a cup. Do I want one? Sure. Yeah, don't use the... I still have the cup mic in the cup, but just as a backup. No, Hand Disruption is fine in this meta, but I think like Mending just plays so much better with counterspells. I think this deck in general would rather be a counterspell deck. Why is Monastery Mentor so underplayed? It's not that good. like the idea behind this deck is like specifically Unearthing Mentor is really, really strong. But it's not that strong to just play it a bit more fairly, in my opinion. So have they played a land? They haven't played a land, so I think I'm not supposed to fight over this, because if they just go land Reclamation, we can lose this game. And otherwise, like, we're really ahead here. Find a trade here. No, wait, no, hold on. My life total is so much higher. Never mind. So it's like, yeah, Mentor is just not good as a 3-mana spell in your deck, but when you can unearth it, it's pretty nuts. And obviously in this deck, you will be hard casting it some amount of the time. Like I might just hard cast it this turn. I think we will. Yeah, a lot of Snapcasters in play today. I guess we graveyard that. I have no more fetchable targets. I just milled my last one. So I'll just attack here. Leave this to loot away. Maybe I shouldn't be targeting myself. I got plenty of cards in the library, actually. But again, I think I'm not supposed to. I mean, I can't counter the decay, but I don't want to like draw 2 in response and then lose like Reclamation into Nexus into Deluge. Two monk tokens is probably enough here, right? Canister, thanks for the raid, dude. You have a good stream. We're currently 4-1 on the day with this Esper Mentor brew. I think like Mending and Consider kind of makes like the old Unearth shell a bit stronger, I feel. It's been feeling solid so far. Nothing too crazy. Maybe I should have targeted Snapcaster here, actually. I'm not sure how hard I need to fight over this. Probably worth at least 1 counterspell. But I might even just go snap Prismatic Ending Snapcaster to present lethal. Seems fine here. I guess I could Unearth Snapcaster too. So I mean, yeah, they only have 1 card. This should be okay. Doesn't really feel like they have more counter magic. They might have another removal spell. Or another like shark to jump block. Love to see the Faithless Looters in chat, of course. Probably the best emote on Twitch is the the animated looting emote. Only 4 ending is removal. Do not 1 push. We got more removal in the sideboard. We got Archmage's Charm too. I'm not really that worried about it. You also like you're a creature deck too, so you know you can play combat as opposed to other control decks. I've got more removal in the sideboard. Alright, so they've got 2 cards left. We could theoretically lose if they have like again Reclamation into stuff, and they finally resolve the Reclamation. They do have Memory Deluge, but I think without Nexus of Fate, it's gonna be hard to win for them. Yeah, they flash back the Deluge, so they can't Nexus this turn. Yeah. Alright, up a game against Sultai Reclamation. They probably have a hard time against Lingering Souls. We were also talking about like the possibility of having a transformative sideboard where you you can just have Lingering Souls and Lurrus as your only win cons. I don't think that that's the matchup for it. So this is an egg in a cup, huh?
Mm-hmm. Bacon and cheese.
Oh, that seems pretty good. Looks good. I don't know. Looks really good. Thank you.
Very convenient too.
So I cut the endings. I want the Flusterstorms into Fairies too. We cut a Mending, a Bauble, a Mentor. Maybe we play just 3 Lingering Souls. Oh, I should probably cut the Lurrus, so we're bringing all these 3 drops too. Yeah, nice egg in this trying time. Why put an egg in a cup when they already have their own natural delicious cup? You had to be until delicious, I think. Oh, hot. Ooh. It was like right out of the microwave. Esther's entered that phase from working from home where the novelty's kind of worn off a bit and she's getting pretty bored. So she's microwaving eggs and cups and stuff. Oh, Athena's asking to come in. If you ever hear that like knock, that little thump on the door, that's Athena asking to come inside. Hi, Athena. Hello. Did you want some of the egg? Did you want some of the egg? The egg. She says, "Why do you get the egg?" But mommy did not make me any eggs. So why did you get the egg? Spellbomb's pretty good. You wear jeans to stream? What'd you think I wore? They're missing land drops. So I'm gonna snap Consider here to make their spellbomb a little bit worse, get on board a little bit. Probably shouldn't draw that when they have the spellbomb in play. Do you think card's good in the matchup though? So if they see if they found land 3, they did. It's Castle Vantress. It was really hot, Esther. I only took one bite and it was like way too hot, so I'm waiting for it to cool off. So I think I'll draw that and then go Snapcaster, target, Consider, and then they'll probably select their spellbomb here, but then they've got 4 points of power in play. Oh, this is fine too. It's not that bad. I guess I'll put that in the yard. Should Consider going blue-red Murktide. I've been playing it as a 2-of in a blue-red Murktide deck that splashes white for Prismatic Ending, and I've been liking that deck a lot. I mean, they missed their land drop last turn. I feel like they're pretty incentivized, yeah, to just crack the spellbomb to draw land. Yeah, it still feels pretty hot, but I'll take another bite for Esther. Is Ignis Souls good against Murktide? Yeah, it's really good against them. Kind of like countering back here. That good old Faithless Looting Lingering Souls. Is it just negative cup? No, there's cheese and bacon in there too. Yeah, can you imagine how gross an egg in a cup would taste after being shipped by the USPS? Yikes. So I think I want to attack now. So if they have Typhoon, maybe they'll cycle and then we get to bounce it with Teferi. Yeah, I think I'll wait one turn on the Teferi because of Typhoon. Yeah, the cup would also be broken. When is it good to counter Archmage's Charm for Jawless control? It's just, those kind of questions are so contextual. Like, it's really, really hard to answer. It's so contextual. Mending is really good. The instant speed on this is pretty sick. Alright, so our Teferi's looking pretty good here, huh? Some variables for the decision. Like, what's the matchup, you know? That's a big one. Like, are they a deck that's playing Teferis that they can untap and slam? Do you have more counterspells in your hand? What counterspell are you countering Archmage's Charm with? Is it a Flusterstorm? If Flusterstorm countering Charm is usually a good exchange, counterspell on Charm is often not mana efficient enough. Do you have your own spell that you want to play at the end of their turn? So if you counter the Archmage's turn, you can't play anything at their instep. Do you have something that you want to untap and slam after you play on their instep, so you actually want them to counter like your own Archmage's Charm or your Memory Deluge, so you can play a Teferi? It's a really complicated question, and so like it's just like every board state where you could counter an Archmage's Charm that you're suggesting is just going to be different. All right, no Typhoon, please. Please, please, please. No, damn it. Damn it. We're so ahead this game. I haven't tried Sedgemoor Witch. I don't think it's as good as Mentor, and I don't think I want more threats. Ice Tunnel? Wait, they're playing Ice Fang? What's going on? Why not counter EE? When did they play the EE? I guess I probably should have. They just played it. Yeah, I guess I probably should have. Yeah, for Field of the Dead. I can hold this to loot away, or I can play it if I draw Mentor. I think that's a bit more relevant. Yeah, I should have countered the explosives. I think we're still ahead, but it's... Actually, maybe we're not. They've got 5 cards. Okay. Rewarded for playing the coast. So we have Mentor plus Counterspell, Flusterstorm. 2 Flusterstorms if we draw an untapped land. They're fetching down to 3. Hopefully this is just main phase cast Nexus. Well, I'll counter Reclamation. I hope they counter back so I can use one of my Flusterstorms effectively. Yeah, I guess I have to use the Flusterstorm here. I don't think I can afford to use the Counterspell. Sedgemoor seems better for grindy games. I mean, the tokens are so much more powerful than the Pest is the big thing. And also Mentor gets triggered off Bauble, which is nice. But also, like I don't know that, like, for grindy games, I don't know that the argument that the life total... Like, your points were, like, Sedgemoor Witch gains you life and makes your opponent lose life. Like, that doesn't, like, sound to me like better for grindy games either. Where grindy games tend to be more about cards, right? Could maybe have Thought Scoured on my opponent's turn. Okay, now I'm pretty happy to have done it here. Also triggers off Teferi. No egg for Athena. Esther was on top of that. Sorry, Athena. I'm so sorry. So betrayed. Opponent mulls to 5. I guess fine for dogs. Athena's stomach's kind of sensitive. But yeah, egg is usually fine for dogs. We've given her eggs in the past, too. Mold to 5, no Lurrus, Bloodstained Mire. Probably playing against Dredge. Not really playing Graveyard Hate.
Come here, I'll give you a treat.
Mentor can maybe win. I don't know. Probably a terrible matchup. I guess I should have bubbled after they fetch. Mogwar Marshal, thank Clothis. I've never been more happy to see a Mogwar Marshal. Yeah, I did pet her. But she didn't care. She's like, I would rather have a snack than pets.
Yeah, I gave her a treat.
Thank you.
Is it nice? Is it
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Especially since it's in a cup and not like on a plate.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
It's less mess. It's real nice.
Yeah, my favorite thing about the cup egg is the cup part.
My favorite part is that
Probably I should have bubbled myself here.
Is that I don't have to use the pan.
Should have bubbled before I played the land. Alright, so they draw Ringleader for turn, then Vials on top. So the hand is War Marshal, Ringleader, 2 mystery cards. They play the War Marshal. I think that there's like a good chance they just don't attack into my Snapcaster, so I'm going to counterspell the War Marshal. Like them playing that main phase kind of is them playing around counter magic. Okay, now I'll bubble myself. Another copy of Archmage's Charm is probably fine. They missed their land drop last turn. I'm kind of interested in stealing Aether Vial too. So I don't need to do that now. Yeah, they do play around the Snapcaster. So I'll go ahead and steal the Vial, and then I can Vial on my Snapcaster at some point. Can maybe Vial in Mentor. So there's Ringleader, 2 mystery cards. Pick up the Aether Vial. Main phase, Thought Scour myself. Okay, we did mill a Mentor too. No Unearth though. I'll just wait on the Mentor. I don't think I need to. Uh-oh. So I can snap Thought Scour the Kiki Jiki. I can do that now or on my turn, right? So I think I'll just draw 2. Yeah, I mean, Force of Negation's in the deck. I think it's good in this deck. Thank you for summoning it to my hand. So I'll probably hold the Bauble for Mentor next turn. The old interactive Thought Scour. So now now if they make tokens, it doesn't really matter. So we drew Consider for turn. I'll just pass here, I think. Cavern of Souls on top, so we can't counter the Ringleader next turn unless we scour that away, I guess. So I guess because this counterspell's about to be not very live, I'll just use it here. They should have made infinite tokens for red mana. Yeah. Just that only plays around like the top card being Prospector, but or also if their top card was Sling Gang, they would have won. All right, so let's go Mentor, Bauble. We already know our opponent's top card, so I'll Bauble myself. Maybe we should be playing Vial in this deck, huh? Made 5 mana for us. Mending on top, so I'll go Consider, put Mending in the graveyard for a little bit of value. I guess if they have another Harbinger as one of the 2 mystery cards, we could lose. So I guess I should dig for a Thought Scour or Ending. There's Ending. There's also Unearth, but feels really important to exile the Snoop here. Dude, Mentor's feeling pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to bring in these Fatal Pushes. I don't think I'm that interested in Lingering Souls or Path. Might want to trim on Counterspells. Yeah, I might play like 1 Teferi over 1 Counterspell so I can like bounce Vial. 1 more answer to Vial. Not super prepped for Goblins, but we did win game 1. Mentor seems pretty good against them. Wouldn't Harbinger have also just fetched Kiki Jiki? Yeah, but if they have Harbinger in play, they make infinite copies of Snoop, and the last copy of Snoop, they copy the Harbinger, then they put Sling Gang on top and kill me. If you click the Mentor token, prowess trigger first, and auto-select the rest. Okay, good to know. It's been a while since I played with the card. Let's keep this. Put Esper humans like you said in slats. You're welcome. You're welcome. Ending would be good. Don't need to draw it right away. Would have kind of liked to scour that in the yard. Let's see what my top card is. Mishra's Bauble, Thought Scour, build your own opt. Trying to turn out Murktide with main board Soils instead of mentoring. Soils. Souls, yeah. Yeah, I thought about main board Souls. But I've talked about this. I think that the deck just doesn't want more threats. You just dilute your deck too much, I think. Alright, top card. Alright, don't think I'm that interested in another Scour. Third Seachrome Coast, 3 Tundras. There's an Unearth. Don't have black mana or a way to get Mentor in the yard yet, though. Prospector's really scary. Their draw's been pretty good. Paying Echo. Love to see it. You love to see Echo being paid. Hey, Itachi. I think I should try to kill Prospector with Snapcaster here. I can also unearth the Snapcaster too. I think I just have to slam Mentor. Could die to a munitions expert, but they might have experted a Snapcaster there. We could also just die to Snoop. Pile Driver? Okay, I mean, I'm really happy to see Pile Driver here, don't get me wrong. Vial and a 3-drop. That 3-drop is Harbinger. For Munitions Expert, which is now the top card of their library, which they draw for turn. So we need to draw, we're in another spot where we need to draw a black source. We have 9 black sources in the deck. Ideally, we draw it before we cast the Thought Scour. So we can make some blockers. Can't bounce the... Can't bounce that. Yikes. Alright, let's go to game 3. I think I like this configuration on the play too. I'm just going to run it back. Does this deck need more black sources? I don't think so. I think 9 is plenty. And especially when in the main deck, it's shit, like you're only splashing black for Unearth, which is like turn 3 or after. I feel like 9 sources is plenty, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Especially with so many cantrips too, right? Souls against the Sea of X1 seems decent. Trying to like outgrind goblins is not usually a winning line. I guess you can do it. Yeah, you could play the 8th fetch. I think you're going to run out of fetchables, though, when you're Thought Scouring yourself, like, more often than you'd like to. Especially because you're probably cutting a fetchable target. I guess you could cut the 4th coast for the 8th fetch, maybe. It's probably fine. I don't think I want the 4th coast here. I think I'm just going to get a tapped fountain. Punish for tap land. Not that big a deal, though. They have a 1-drop. It's a Vial, which I'll probably steal somewhat aggressively. I don't really want to draw that island. I mean, I'll fetch it, but I don't want another land. I think I'll just fetch the island here. I am, you know, my life total needs to not be... I don't want to shock, fetch shock again, this matchup. And then we're pretty likely to be able to counter something this turn. If they have Cavern of Souls, we can't, of course. They don't always have Cavern. And they play the card I would have loved to push. Kind of getting punished for every decision we make. I want to steal the vial pretty badly. Third counterspell is really bad. I think I'll just be dead to land Harbinger. It's fine. They are playing Patriarch's Bidding. Now that's a good one to counterspell. Yeah, they have the Harbinger. Bummer. It's fine, I think. GF, thank you for 2 months. Appreciate ya. Let's keep this. Might end up holding the Bauble for Mentor on turn 3. Playing against Boom or Jund, though. It's probably fine. Oh, dude, Skulkers, I've actually been watching a lot of What We Do in the Shadows lately. Me and Nestor on season 2. It's a really good show. I'm gonna consider now in case you draw Force. Jund's probably not a great matchup. It's not something I say that often, but it's probably true. Probably have to counterspell Ragavan here. Yeah, opponents draw very good against stars on the play, especially. Okay, I like that draw a lot, so I'm gonna go Mentor, Bauble. And I think I'll crack the Bauble now because our hand's already kind of vulnerable to discard on the Unearth, and we could draw Force. But next turn we get to Unearth the Mentor, then cast some spells. Another Ragavan dashed. Two life here is pretty nice, of course. Alright, so now I think I'm just going to wait. No removal spell on the Mentor is obviously best case scenario. Not that likely, though. Let's go. Hell yeah. So they ping the token. I'll consider in response. I see like Force of Negation Liliana, maybe? I mean, Liliana's not that good here, I guess. I'll keep the Thought Scour, of course. So there's Monkey, 4 mystery cards. It's a lot of mystery cards. Some of them are lands, I imagine, because of Ren and 6. Or Lingering Souls instead of Sideboard. Ragavan matchups mostly in control. Yeah, I think I have to force this. I think I should probably pitch the Charm. This is obviously way better if the Mentor lives, but I think I want to be able to make a lot of tokens next turn. I think playing to have the Mentor live is good too. Who's my favorite? Why is it not Colin Robinson? I don't know that I have a favorite character in Shadows. I enjoy them all a lot. They're all really good. Maybe Nandor. I like Nandor a lot. We have an Unearth on top. I guess I don't really want to draw that right now. Be great to hit a Bauble here. That's why I'm mending now. I think it's with the non-creature spell. I'm not sure. I also don't really feel like we necessarily have attacks into the big Goyf here. Maybe we do. Yeah, I guess I'll just attack. If we kill the Rin in 6... If we kill the Rin in 6 here, like the Rin in 6 can kill a token next turn, so it's kind of like trading that for that. We could also hit them for 8, probably, but... I think killing the Rin in 6 makes more sense, because it's going to be able to ping our tokens. Yeah, so I keep forgetting to click the Mentor trigger. Remind me again. Surprised we're so in this game. Felt really behind. Can snap Unearth Mentor next turn. No, we can't. Never mind. And a Bloodbraid Elf. Into Liliana. Liliana's not doing so much. Liliana probably pluses here, I guess. Really good game. It's John wants the word. John's probably favored in this matchup, to be honest. But I'm not that worried about it. They know my card's Counterspell, so I feel like they should probably plus. We have 3 endings still in the deck. If we can find an ending for Goyf, the game maybe ends. Yeah, they do plus. I don't really think they have good attacks. 9 ball, 20 months. Subbing is Checo. Checo indeed. Flashback Mending. Oh, sorry. Okay, click the trigger. It's not too bad. Although we can't. I really wish we could unearth the snap and play something else, but we don't have enough mana. Obviously, this isn't, bad. Jean the Contrarian with the 5-pack. It's really nice of you. Got a gifted sub. Make sure to thank John. So I attack with all my cards. They eat the Mentor. Block, take 9. I have another Mentor in play. They probably trade a Bloodbraid Elf for a token, which is fine too. Might just pass. Might just attack with just the monks. Oh wait, I have 5 monks. They block here, and then this is 15. Yeah, I think I'm just sending with everybody. Actually. Because like they're gonna take 12 down to 2 life if they trade Bloodbraid Elf for a token. Or they can chump block with Ragavan, which I'm also happy with. Yeah, this is fine. And Del Moss, subscriber tier 1, and Chris for 2 months. Thank you so much, guys. Hype train, I guess. Alright, sack the Peatland. We've got 2 cards in Ravine. Sack one of the tap tokens. So they're not dead if I don't draw a non-creature spell. Oh, I do have a Bauble. I was like, wait, do I really not have a Bauble? How do I draw Lurrus every time I need it, even when it's not in my main deck? Even when it's not in the main deck. So I want the souls. I don't think I want Force. Could probably trim a Mentor, trim a Mending. Trim a Lurrus and play. I probably want the pushes too. Get the 4th Bauble. I've been doing that a lot too. This looks pretty good. I think I might bring in Teferi on the play. I think I've got too many 3-drops on the draw. Would one of Reflecting Pool be good in Gen Saga? Not without a Triumph, I don't think. I usually like Reflecting Pool in 3-color decks that have access to a Triumph that have like maybe even like more specific mana requirements, like Lightning Helix plus Archmage's Charm. I'll keep this on the draw. Aiden, 22 months. Thank you so much. It's a long time. Would Jund even play a Triumph? Maybe. Depends on exactly what the build looks like. Like, I would have said that Jund would have definitely played a Triumph before Ragavan was printed, but maybe you don't want to play Triumph in your Ragavan deck. Leyline. So I guess I'm bringing in Teferis for game 3. It's not like I just lose to this card, though. Am I going to scour them? Probably not. They'll probably take the scour here, or maybe the ending. Okay, they missed it. They don't have a second land. I think I'll scour them. Oh, they have Boil in their deck. Yikes. It's pretty good. I think I like the ley line out of Jund. So I could maybe wait a turn on the Mentor here to get a token. I think that's probably good while my opponent's missing lands. Bad if they draw another discard spell. Cast my opinion, discard spells. Better to have cards replace themselves mostly. I mean, yes, that, and also like I think counter spells play way better with Mending than discard spells because it's an instant. Yeah, I'm just not that interested in discard spells. It also makes your mana way worse to like have to need black mana on turn 1 as opposed to this build. This build like doesn't need black mana for anything besides Unearth in the main deck. Nerdy Beard with the 5-pack. Thank you so much. It's really nice of you. Hype for Vegas. Yeah, I'm excited. Of course, we're going to try to be like as safe as possible out there, but it's going to be a good time. Do I know my deck for the challenge tomorrow? I'm not sure. There's honestly like a non-zero chance I just play this, but like I think for my own enjoyment, I would kind of want to play this or Kiki Chord. I feel like the best option is probably Jeskai Murktide. But it's kind of a boring option too, if I'm being honest, so I'm not sure. Alright, I guess I'll hold these Demending away. Go, Lingering Souls tokens, go! Don't even need to flash him back. Opponent's obviously stuck on green mana here. We're a little flooded. It's a good draw.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
Thank you, Donnie. Shoveling some coal. How do we have a level 4 hype trade? What the hell? I think Lingering Souls is pretty good in Modern right now. It's very good against the Ragavan decks and very good against Control. I've liked it a lot, as like at least having access to it in some decks, especially decks like this with a lot of graveyard synergies. I guess I'll play one land. Did I say Living Souls of the Ghost that haunts Modern? I guess I just did say it. Yeah, I'll play the Coast. Okay, they found green mana. So probably have Bloodbraid Elf. Okay, I'll let Tarmogoyf resolve. We've got Prismatic Ending. I have another Prismatic Ending. I think pretty easy to let that resolve too. 3 cards in their hand. Gotta imagine like a couple of them are green, right? Can ending that too. Really happy their hand wasn't just like a bunch of Bloodbraid Elves. Yeah, counterspells are always good to top deck when both players are top decking. Unless they have Bloodbraid Elf, and that's definitely the exception. That was their draw for turn. Okay, I don't have outs to ley lines, so I'm just gonna let it go. What an anemic game. I have 6 mana, so if I draw a Mentor, I'll play a land. I think there's like no chance I would want to have double Counterspell up this turn, though. So I'm not going to play my land. I'm going to hold those to loot away if I draw another Mending. Is Ending broken? I hate the card. I think the card's very balanced, in my opinion. I think that was their draw for turn. Well, they have something they've been sandbagging. Is it Boil? Maelstrom Pulse. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I just don't see any point to play any lands here. Couldn't you charm the leyline? What's the point of charming the leyline? Or counterspelling the leyline? What's the point? I have no other way to get rid. I have no way to get this off the board. The second leyline doesn't do anything. I don't. If I need Revolt for Fatal Push, I can just play my land later, I think. At least we're drawing spells. Is there basic swamp you could fetch to play around Boil? I mean, Boil is a really uncommon card in Modern. I am not currently building my decks to be Boil. And also, Swamp is really bad in your Archmage's Charm Counterspell deck. Gonna let them attack first. It's just like good sequencing too. Oh, they're gonna double activate. Okay, I guess I'll play around Veil of Summer by letting them attack first. But good trick to know about. You get 2 counters on the Ravine this way. Okay, I'll play a land. Archmage's Charm, Ragavan. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Steel Ragavan, still higher to Prismatic Ending Leyline. Seems kind of narrow. Surely our draws are like, I don't know. Just kind of funny game. Both draws are so pathetic. I think I'll probably wait on the Consider till my turn in case I draw Mentor. Did draw Mentor. I've been thinking if Lurrus for different colors could be fixed. If it costs black-white instead of hybrid black-white, I think the card would be a lot more reasonable. No removal spell. I'm gonna scour them. I'm kind of light on cards in my deck. It's bad if I hit exactly Seasoned Pyromancer. Ooh boy. So we got 3 tokens. Draw another land. We have 18 lands in this deck, by the way. Is it time to do a count? Okay, not time yet. We drew a spell. We have to have almost no lands left in the deck, though. Alright, this is lethal. Say GG. Dude, I'm been really impressed with Mentor so far today. Six and 2 on the day. Deck feels solid. Losing both times to ignoble hierarch decks. Yawgmoth and Goblins. I think I'll keep this. Yeah, Mighty Pyromancer has now evolved in Esper Mentor. Do you think if you won the trophy race, I'd be competing in Worlds? I'm not that deluded. Not that deluded. GG. Oh, sorry, I misread the username. I don't know if I boarded wrong, but my 7 was 5 lands, so I rolled a 6th interaction. I mean, I think that Leyline is fine against us. I think that Leyline is fine against us, but it's not like good enough to win by itself. But I guess I didn't know what the rest of your like 6-card hand was. You know, mulling to 5 on the play is also not a good place to be in this matchup anyways, so your 6 was probably a fine keep. We know you bought a position of Monastery Mentor. I own 0 copies of Monastery Mentor. I want to be very transparent with the people. People keep like talking about like buying things out. I want to be very transparent. But I own 0 copies of Monastery Mentor. I might I might buy a playset to own this deck and paper, and I might not. I really don't like the finance conversations we've been having lately. I just want to play Magic, man. I think I'm gonna shuffle away the Scour. Break with the 5-pack? So many 5-packs today. I don't know what's going on, but thanks, guys. Okay, so if we could draw a Mending, Unearth will be pretty powerful. So we could tap the Seachrome Coast to try to mill over Mentor. Oh my gosh, we did it. But I think that trying to draw Ending was better. Oh man. Big, thank you for the 5 months. It would be so much better if we had just tapped the coast. Oh, Brick, sorry. Misread the username. So 5-pack and of 5 months. And then they have Scavenger Grounds to fight the Unearth here. So I guess we're just going to cast a Mentor, cast a Bauble. So I guess they're playing Eldrazi taxes, maybe? Maybe not. It's a pretty good 3-for-1. Ghost Quarter on top. I can tech edge my Watery Grave, but then they don't have mana to Scavenger Ground, but then I guess I don't have black mana to Unearth. Glad I have 3 basics in the deck at the moment. What is my opponent's hand? They just haven't done like anything this whole game. I think I'm just gonna try to go to trade Unearth for the Scavenger Grounds here, and then I can consider that I'll have cards in the yard for the Snapcasters. Glad I don't have Archon. 1 mana, it's 1 mana Stone Rain, and they have to tap 2 mana. Not too bad. Not too bad when you frame it like that, I guess. I keep messing up on the prowess. Sorry, I'll get in a better habit, I think. Graveyard. Not a bad draw. Should be pretty safe to attack with this token. I don't really know what they can violin. Locks it on Smiter, I guess. I would love for them to Smiter me. Flicker Wisp, sure. Path the Mentor. Get my last island because I milled 1. Drawing up to 3 cards. See if they take the Vial up to 4. Yeah, Ghost Quarter is now strip mine, but it come at the cost of giving me 2 lands, right? Notably, Opt would have been better than Consider here because we milled our last basic against the Ghost Quarter. Could have bottomed it. They tech edge my Watery Grave. I do have access to another black source here, but I don't, I only have black in the main deck for Unearth, so I'm not that worried about getting cut off black. Consider. Graveyard. Snap Consider. Zuria's Prowess. So I think that's a fine card to draw here. I think I'll play the lands. I've got a pretty mana-intensive hand with 2 Snapcasters. There's a really good argument for not playing it, though. And they didn't get to use their Vial there. So they ticked up to 4, so I guess they must have Solitude in their hand. That's really all that makes sense here, right? Don't you miss playing a Swamp here? I do not at all. Again, in the main deck, you only have Unearth as black spells, and this is a Counterspell Archmage's Charm deck, where any basic plains or basic swamp do come at really big costs. I'd like to find a Bauble. We had one exiled by Scavenger Grounds. How does he do it? I guess I'll draw it so I get extra prowess trigger. Always drawing Lurrus, exactly what I needed. Let's go. So I'm probably going to play Pushes over Force of Negation. I think I want Teferi on the play. I think I don't want on the draw. Path is kind of good against Leon and Arbiter. Could play Lingering Souls too. Souls are probably fine here, right? Yeah, maybe I won't play the pass. Maybe I'll try to get these Lingering Souls in the deck. Can cut the 4th Scour. And maybe we could cut Unearth against the more Exile-based plan. I mean, Unearth is really important to the deck, though. Counterspell's pretty good against them. I think I'll trim an Archmage's Charm on the draw. No, Charm is really good against them, too, though. I think I'll cut it for... Or I'll just cut the 4th Souls. Just play 3. You've been innovating a lot with graveyard-based decks, Phoenix Belief. I mean, yeah. I mean, the reason, of course, just being Faithful Mending is a really powerful card to brew with. But I guess so. Is Murktide worth playing if you don't have Monkey? Probably, yeah. You can still play it. I've played just Guide Murktide control with no Monkey to like dodge a lot of removal in the past and like that. I do kind of feel like people are a little more ready for Murktide at the moment, though. Yeah, Blue Moon's probably a good home for that, too. Might be better than the Jeskai deck at the moment. Can I make a Perforos God of the Forge competitive deck? So this is something we've been talking a lot about lately, where that's not what I do. I don't just take a pet card like Perforos and try to turn it into a competitive deck. All of my brews start with an idea for something that I think has a chance to be competitive, and then I start there. Like here, the idea is that the Unearth Faithful Mending, Unearth Monastery Mentor decks have been played in the past. I think I'm gonna mulligan this on the draw. Unearth Mentor decks have been played in the past and have even like shown some promise in the past too. And Consider and Faithful Mending are really good enablers for the archetype. And Consider and Mending like just kind of like turn the deck into like basically a very similar old like Mardu Pyromancer style shell. And so that's kind of the driving ideas behind this build. I think I'm gonna bobble on my turn, or bobble myself to see if I'm drawing a 1-mana spell, which I am doing. I don't think I want to mill a 4-drop, even if it's as good as Restoration Angel here. But you know what I mean? Like I don't just like, that's not how I brew. I don't like just to take a pet card and try to make it good. And that's, you know, how my brews end up being good is because they always start with, or, you know, not that all of them are good, but because I start from a place of, I think that this can be good, that's usually how that translates into successful brews more often. I'm liking the Blue-White Saga Blade deck a lot. I actually just wrote a deck guide for CFB Pro last night for it. This should be out soon. Bummer to have our Baubles exiled when we have the Lurrus in hand. Have I tried the Phoenix Murktide tweak to a Jeskai Lich? I really dislike Murktide over Demi-Lich. In my opinion, Demi-Lich is as good as Phoenix, and playing a deck with like 8 payoffs that play off the same enablers is, in my opinion, so much better than playing Murktide, which I think plays too fair of a game for Phoenix. But I don't know. I also like, I don't know what it is about the Phoenix decks, but there's just like no archetype that people love to just like change and tweak than that one. But I really feel like my version's the best version. But I guess also everybody feels that way, right? Is Murktide a non-consideration? It's definitely a consideration, but I really don't think the deck wants more threats. Oh, Sentinel's so good. Okay, they can't tech edge me. Their hand is Resto, 2 mystery cards. One of those is Stoneforge. Probably dead this game. Good Sword of Fire Ice. I think this is the line. So on the play, I'm way more interested in Teferi. Probably want like 2 Lingering Souls. Can cut a Lurrus. Probably need 2 for mana curve considerations. Desert Nomad, thank you for 5 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, conceding there, I think the best line. Best line there. How's Worlds going? Wait, Worlds has 18,000 people and there's still 1,000 people here. It's pretty good. Still seems pretty early. Probably mulligan this one. Probably mulligan this one. No lander into no lander. Golly.
The only red drafter, I mean, his deck's got to be really, really strong here.
Yeah, I bet you he's looking pretty good there. Again, some of it is.
Dude, they're making such intense eye contact with the camera.
Sometimes you have access to all of the red cards, but all of the red cards.
It's a very intimate moment there. But I love Marshall and Paul. Love Seth. I've played against Seth a few times in paper. I think I'm 0-2 or 0-3 against Seth. Seth is really good. I might be 1-2. I can't remember. I think I'm 0-2. That's my final answer. I remember distinctly playing against him 2 times. I played Teamer mid-range with like Glorybringer against Mono Red and Standard, and then I played Storm against Burn. He was playing, and it was a sick game against Burn where let me see if I can remember the details. Hold on. Okay, let's keep this. I'll put back, I think, Mentor Mending. Obviously, kind of awkward to mold to 5 here. Let's see if I can remember the details. So it was a team tournament, and actually, like, we ended up winning the match, even though I lost against Seth. Dude, mold to 5 Sentinel, dead. Maybe I should have considered. Okay, so I'm playing against Burn, right? And Seth has a really fast start with multiple creatures. And I play a turn 2 Baral, and it dies, right? To Searing Blaze, and then I untap on turn 3 with like 5 cards in my hand, and Seth like makes a comment about, oh, sorry, I had the nuts. But then I'm like, I felt like such a badass at the moment. I'm like, I have outs, and then I go Baral, or sorry, I have 2 lands, and I guess I must have more cards in my hand, but I think I went Pyretic Ritual, Manamorphose, Baral, Gutshot to kill Eidolon, and I'm at 2 life, and I have one red mana floating, I think, maybe 2, and then I just show Seth a hand of 3 Manamorphose, and his eyes get really wide. And I'm playing Revealed. I'm playing off the top. I Manamorphose, and I think I hit like 3 lands or like 2 lands and a brick or something. So I did lose, but it was like a really sick moment where he was just so sure that I was dead, and I got to be like, well, I've got outs. It was awesome. Very fond memory. All right, so this is a really hard spot where I'm on a mold of 5. Giving my opponent a card here doesn't seem like a good line. If I want to run this at FM tonight, can I do so with options of consider? Yeah, that's fine. Consider's a lot better though, but it's not gonna be like for FNM. It shouldn't matter that much. Seth is among the most intimidating opponents I've ever played against because he always seems to be on a completely different level. Yeah, for sure. Seth is really intense to play against. Yeah, the games with this deck are really long, I agree. I think if I lose this one, I might like I want to finish a full next league. I might have to like drop and just go to the next one. We'll see. Yeah, we're talking about Seth Manfield. I was just telling a story about playing against him a couple times. So I don't know what the play is here, if it's going to be Steel Vial or Snap Push. Stealing Vial is a pretty high upside play. I mean, it just opens me up to Field of Ruin too much. I'm just going to Snap Push now. Yeah, I'm just so vulnerable to Field of Ruin if I don't kill the Arbiter. Or especially Ghost Quarter 2 is really would get me. Snush. Snap Push. Snush. It's a very 3 to Time Walk. It's not a Time Walk. If we bounce the Arbiter, they just Violet back into play. And I'm kind of worried about Flicker Wisp. So if I steal the Vial and they Flicker Wisp the Vial, it's really bad. So I'm gonna, I think, bounce the Vial with Teferi instead. And I'll probably Vial something in. I guess maybe I should have bubbled first. They don't have anything to Vial in. Dude, winning on a Model 5 would be great. They have a Path on top. I have one more basic in my deck. Let's go. They probably have just like a lot of removal. Snap's not bad. They replay the Vial. Which I could steal. Skyclave. If this hits Teferi, I'm really not too upset about that. They did the Snapcaster. Don't think I'm too upset about this either. Yeah, I think stealing the Vial is, again, probably wrong because of Flicker Wisp. So I'll probably just go Snapcaster, Consider, block. I think I get a 3/3 token. Oh, 2/2, sorry. I was kind of, I don't know, I pictured that this exiled this. Yeah, 2/2. Still probably good. We've had a lot of 2-for-1s to, or we've had 2 2-for-1s now to get out from our mold of 5. Opponent's playing pretty slow too. Opponent, please, I'm trying to counter stream Worlds. Please do something. Please. Got a fan going? Not at the moment, no. Oh, I've got my PC fans, probably what you hear. Their stream died, so there's okay. Probably crashed. Let's see, how long has it been since they took an action? Just 1 minute. Feels like longer than that. Yeah, it says they lost connection. Alright, I guess we can tune into Worlds.
Now we're going to see some real actions per minute go here.
I haven't really watched almost any standard.
He does not have a lot of wiggle room. He's got 2 minutes to go, and I think he has.
I know that's a mutate card. Don't know what it does. Is this good commentary? Don't know what that card does. I guess, wait, can I hover over it? I need an extension. It's going too fast. Alright. Love Dracus. Mutates, return instant or sorcery. And now, how does mutate work? Looks like some, alright, a lot of game actions just happened. This is a replay. Okay, a lot of game actions just happened, and now the game is over.
You can see by the look on his face that wasn't the cleanest win for him, but he will certainly take it over his teammate.
I'm a professional Magic player. I play Magic 8 hours a day. I really don't know what just happened in that game. I have no idea. Look like historic. The format's in standard draft, right? Yeah, they played so fast there. That's crazy. Yeah, Mutate is my least favorite mechanic of all time, I think. Oh.
But I think like he's just one of those names that you may not have heard of that much until this year, after he completely tore apart the Rivals League. But I've known about Ely and have been like super scared to play against him.
Just cut Seth off. Okay. Was that live? Was that pre-recorded? Just totally cut him off there. Does anybody know if that was live or not? Yeah, my opponent's back. Yeah, shout out to Corey. It was pre-recorded. Okay, that's a little bit better, but... Finally get back to playing some Magic. It's so weird for the... I mean, obviously, like, whatever. You know, production is tough to do. Perfect. Alright, so with them not attacking, I'm just going to steal the Vial. Then I can take up to 2. Then I can Snap Charm. No, my commentary for Worlds is pretty bad. I'm not one of those streamers that can get by on my personality or charm, so I have to get by on building decks nonstop every day of my life. Yeah, the only charm I know is the one that steals a permanent. So if they cast Flicker Wisp, I'd probably go Violent Snapcaster, counter with Charm. Cave of the Frost Dragon. Well, I can't push that this turn. Alright, let's draw 2 and see what I find. Get to Violent Snapcaster next turn, and I guess double block Cave, maybe? How important is it to have Teferi in play? Probably not that important. Oh yeah, it flies. That's right. That's right. Okay. Forgot. Don't play against this card that often. It's a bit better, right? Yeah, Flying Cave, huh? What's the deal with Cave of the Frost Dragon? It's a land? It flies? I guess it's just obviously the Frost Dragon coming out of the cave. But it's kind of funny to picture the cave itself flying, I guess. Maybe I should have attacked last turn. We know our opponent still has Path. I can't remember. I remember that, though. That was like 10 minutes ago we saw the Path. So this gives me my black mana. I think I'll scour them here. I don't want to mill over my last Watery Grave. Another Snapcaster to Violin. Another Charm. Hell yeah. This was a mold of 5. Not sure how aggressively we need to push this cave because they have 3. I guess we could snap push another one. We know their hand is Path 3 mystery cards. I guess they're super flooded. They could have 2 paths pretty easily though. I guess I'm gonna push the cave this turn. What's my opinion on Cryptic Command in the current meta? I mean, I've been playing it in some decks. It's fine. I don't have a glowing review of it, but it is a fine playable modern card. It's so weird that like Vial like never looks good on the person casting Vial side of the field these days in modern. It's just like pretty anemic, but it's just always so good when you steal it. I have 2 lands to loot away. It's a pretty good one. Yeah, I think we just take the Vial up to 3 here. We know they have Path. We've got counter magic for Path. Yeah, they had a stream crash. They were having some internet issues, I think is why. I feel like they very easily could have a second counter or a second Path to Exile here. We have a second Counterspell. Look at this stack, dude. Okay, I think we're gonna win this one. Wild game, very long game. Up like 12 minutes on our opponent. Another Mentor to Violin next turn. Okay, Mentor is pretty good at 1 mana. It's very, very good at 0 mana. Third Path to Exile. I don't have any basics left. So they probably double Ghost Quarter me here, right? No, they're casting Kaldra. Well, I've got a Archmage's Charm. And so they might even leave Kaldra back to block, which is really bad for them to do here. So let's hope for their sake that they don't, right? Okay, they do attack. There's a pretty good chance they die. I mean, if they don't die, we at least get to Vial the Mentor. We can cast at least 2 spells. So I think I'm gonna start off with Snapcaster. I guess I'll snap push. Yeah, I think this is lethal. Yeah, this should be lethal. I know I just clicked cancel. I don't know what I canceled. I also need to remember to keep clicking on the Mentor first. And then 9 plus 4 is 13. Okay, long match. That was like a 45-minute match, but we're 3-1. You're 7-2 on the day. Feeling pretty good. But once they start to put Ragavan or Sentinel in their deck over Ragavan, I think their deck will start to perform better. Okay, let's keep this. We could try to hold the... We're playing against Gigantha. We could try to hold the Bauble for Mentor, but I think I'm going to use it for a Scry with the Scour instead. Thank you, Seamus. I haven't lost all my points today. Seems fair. So probably playing against Tron, which our counterspells are going to be really important to draw. What do you think of the 80 card 4-color? Okay, not Tron. Just Affinity. I've got a couple Katakis. Feeling probably fine about this matchup. With like the Katakis and the ability to unearth them. Maybe game 1's not that easy. Probably am fine to Scour over an Archmage's Charm here. Okay, Unearth's not too bad. Hopefully we can find a Black Source. Which is, you know, it's not the easiest thing to do in this deck, I guess. We have 9 black lands. Get to discard the Mentor. Mr. Comfort, I usually take a look at Decklist for $10 or 2 gifted subs, or there's also a channel point option if you want to not spend money on it. But you know, even for those, I do like 5 or 6 of those a day, so it's just too much if I look at everybody's deck list. All right, gonna be a pretty good turn here. I'm gonna Thought Scour myself now in case I draw a Bauble for an extra token. Hashtag Belgium for the win. Good username. Is that like a? I think that's a soccer, like a serious fan of soccer. Thanks for the subscription, dude. Another Unearth. We have another Mentor in the yard too. We don't have too much. You know, we have 2 lands too, but you know, we'll see how the top of our library is. Could have been good to maybe play the second Scour on my opponent's turn so we don't have to double block the Frogmite. Dude, this is a really like classic affinity draw. I don't have I don't have a Prismatic Ending to exile the Ornithopter or anything. I think I'm just taking 10 and then don't have Archmage's Charm. If I had Snapcaster in my yard, I could unearth Snapcaster and then steal the Ornithopter, but then they would just equip on the pest. Huh. So we're dead to them drawing any artifact if we go Unearth Mentor, Snap Scour, which is not a great place to be. So I guess I will main phase Snap Scour with the hope of drawing Prismatic Ending to at least exile the pest. And then maybe I can chump with Snapcaster, then Snap Ending. I can also mill over Snapcaster, but it's not the most helpful. I could have also maybe flashback Faithful Mending to gain 2. Okay, we drew Charm. So that probably keeps us alive next turn, if they don't draw an artifact, which is their affinity, right? Yeah, they drew the artifact. Why not Unearth plus Mending? That was probably better. Yeah, I forgot about the 2 life on Mending. Remembering the pushes, the Katakis. I guess Lingering Souls seems to be good against their version of affinity, the Signal Past. I want to cut the Force of Negations, can probably cut the Lurrus. Down on Counterspell, down on Mending, down on Bauble. Probably trim the 4th Snapcaster too. Boshin, 18 months, appreciate you. Yeah, at least a faster game. Those last, like, all day we've had really, really slow matches. Don't want pass? I don't think so. Maybe. I don't think pass is very good against affinity. I guess it kills their 4/4s. I'm not sure how scared of their 4/4s I am. Oh, that is true. They're light on basics. I kind of didn't consider that. Just got the counter spells. Just draw Kataki in games 2 and 3. Please look at Mr. Comfort King's deck. Alright, if you're still here, Comfort King, you've had a deck tech redeemed for you. I guess if you could post the link in chat again, because I don't want to scroll up. I guess I can scroll up. Got time. Although, I don't... There it is. Twinless Twin. I saw a Remand in there. Remand, in my opinion, is not playable in Modern at the moment. His hand's got 2 Considers. I think I'm gonna mulligan. Yeah, just draw Kataki. Let's give me a little second to take the turn. Kind of fade in and out. Yeah, so if you're playing if you're playing Kiki Jiki and you're playing Deceiver Exarch, your writing curve is really high, so I don't think you have room for Jace the Mind Sculptor, Ral. I think your curve is just way too high to play cards like this. I think that you need to, like, play another 0-drop, dude. Let's go. Do you think they're just going to concede? This is going to be a 4-for-1 and Kataki's still in play. Yeah, this has to just be a concession, right? There's no way they ever come back from this. Yeah, so I don't think I'd be playing this. You have 5 cantrips, Consider, Serum Visions. I feel like you'd want more instant speed ones because your deck's playing mostly at instant speed. I might just play 4 Consider, no Visions. Oh, you also have 2 Scour and 1 Murktide Regent. Yeah, your numbers are really weird here. It's like a lot of random one-ofs. Personally, if I was going to build Blue-Red Kiki, what I would do is I would play Lotus Field and Blood Sun, where the Lotus Field Blood Sun combo plays really well with the Deceiver Exarchs untapping your Lotus Field, and it also taps for triple red for Kiki Jiki and gives you the ability to combo off on turn 4. I would be on that instead of the Blood Moon plan. I would be playing 4 Blood Sun, 4 Lotus Field, and that's how I would build a deck. And I think I've tried it in the past, but it, you know, that's the best way to do it. And then, you know, you might want to also play Tails End to counter your Lotus Field triggers, and you might not. That's kind of my main idea. And I don't like Vanilla Click or Remand very much in the modern metagame. I just don't think I'd be playing those cards at all. I'm just going to pass with a push / consider up. Maybe I should kill the Midnight because of Frogmite. If they go Citadel, then they can Frogmite pretty easy. Probably fine. I can just push the Frogmite. I'd also be probably playing 4 Archmage's Charms, probably 4 Snapcaster Mages in this deck, just like clean up a bit. And I'd probably be playing 4 Exarch, like 3 Kiki, maybe 4-2, but I think I'd be a little more in on the combo probably. I can graveyard that, I guess. And then we can go for Mending, discard, Mentor, Unearth, and then play like 3 spells. Or maybe we could just find Kataki. Alright, so I guess those would be my main thoughts on the deck. Let's be all in on Etched. Well, I don't know about all in, but yeah, we don't know exactly what their list looks like. You're right about Etched Champion. Seems pretty beatable, as long as we can fade Cranial Plating. Okay, I guess I'm just going to go Unearth. I'm going to go Unearth, Mentor, Bauble, Kataki. They'll discard the push. Probably should have just played the basic island. Dude, what a turn 3. I haven't been playing too many Katakis lately. I think it's like a nice card to have access to in your Unearth deck. Kind of unlucky for my opponent to run into it because there's just not that many in the format right now. You could in the Blood Sun deck you could maybe be on Recruiter, so you could go Recruiter for Kiki, copy Recruiter, get Exarch. And then you have a lot of extra mana with the Blood Sun plan. You could also be Jeskai, that way you could get Flagstones, and you could play Feldar Guardian. There's a lot of different angles to that, but I think that's like the best reason to be the Kiki combo. Do they have Metalcraft? They do, yeah. They've got 2 artifact lands here. Game's not over, but okay. The game is over. Game is literally over. Okay, so we have back-to-back 4-1s with this deck. I'm going to play one more League. 2 fetch lands, that's pretty good. I'm going to play one more League. I would love to get a trophy. We lost to Goblins, we lost to Yawgmoth. 2...